So guys, amidst Boko Haram gaining so much ground in Borno State, a Youruba Cleric has been seen in a video calling on the Southerners to come together to stop the Fulanis from invading the southern part of Nigeria. This is coming at a time when this post started trending on Twitter. And on this post, you can see it says, "Repentant terrorists swore by Quran can't return to killings." This is what came from Borno State before now. But you can see many of these terrorists, they granted pardon, the so-called pardon, have all returned back, joining the Boko Haram, and they are said to be using sophisticated weapons that outrank what the Nigerian military is using. Like you know that recently, there have been incidences of Boko Haram invading Nigerian military base in Borno State. Now, the military has been going around the country. You are going to be seeing this in the videos here, where they are pleading with Nigerian youths to come join the military. You know, they were in the southeast, and now they went to Akwa Ibom State. I'm going to be sharing that video with you guys, but I'm going to allow you to take a look at these clips just for you to understand that the security situation in Nigeria is becoming worsened. Just take a look at this and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Take a look.
This message is for all the Southerners. From today henceforth, anywhere you see Dangote motor, make sure you search it very well. Like, give them thorough searchings. Because this thing will happen for Urumi. Now, evidence saying that Dangote motor, they take move those Fulani from one state to another. Now, pure evidence saying that Dangote motor, they take move those Fulani from one state to another. So please, anywhere you see Dangote motor, no alarm pass without thorough searching. In order to protect the life of your people. Don't take this for granted, and make sure you don't collect bribe and allow them to pass. Thank you.
To jẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá.
If you're Yoruba indigene,
Mo fẹ́ bá yín sọ̀rọ̀.
I want to talk to you all.
Mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ kẹ́ gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ tí ń bá yín sọ̀rọ̀.
And I want you to listen and accept what I'm about to say.
Mo náà ti ba abúlé yín, wọ́n ti gbà tán.
I said they are already usurping you from your villages all over Yoruba State.
Ní Ogun State.
In Ogun State,
Ọ̀ṣun State.
Osun State,
Ondo State.
Ondo State,
Anambra State.
even Anambra
Gbogbo
State,
àwọn ilẹ̀ Igbo wọ̀nyẹn.
even the Igbo lands as well.
Àwọn wọ̀nyí ti wọ̀.
People are already entering those places.
Tí wọ́n dẹ̀ ti gba gbogbo ẹ̀.
And they're already overtaking you people in your various states.
Èyí tá à ń sọ yìí sí.
What we are saying right now,
Kì í ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀sìn o.
this is not about religion.
Christian.
Whether you're a Christian
Muslim.
or you're a Muslim,
Àwa tájọ́ ọmọ Yorùbá.
and we are Yoruba traditional worshippers,
Àsìkò tá a gbọ́dọ̀ kó ẹ̀sìn wa papọ̀ nìyí.
this is time we must band together
Láti jà fún àwọn ilẹ̀ bàbá wa.
to fight for our fathers so that they don't overtake us in it.
Ẹ má jẹ́ kán fi ẹ̀sìn gba ilẹ̀ wa o.
Don't let them use religion take over our land.
Gbogbo abúlé tó ń gbà l'Ondo State yẹn.
All those villages they've taken over in Ondo State,
Wọ́n pa Muslim, wọ́n pa Christian.
when they wanted to kill, they killed Christian and Muslim alike.
Ilẹ̀ náà ń jà fún kì í ṣe ẹ̀sìn.
They are fighting for the land, they are not fighting for religion.
Ẹ̀sìn náà kàn gbá wọlé o.
They are just coming through the lens of
So mo
religion.
sọ fún yẹn ọmọ Yorùbá.
But I'm telling you all Yoruba
Ẹ múra o.
people, please be prepared.
Gbogbo ọmọ Nàìjíríà.
Nigerians at
Ẹ
large,
múra dáadáa.
please be well prepared
Kọ́ má bàa gba ilẹ̀ yín o.
so that they don't take you away from your father's
Mo wá pé
land.
gbogbo àwọn lọ́balọ́ba.
And calling onto the royalties in Yoruba
Ọọ̀ni
land.
of Ifẹ̀.
The Oni of Ife, the Imperial Majesty.
Kábíyèsí kádé pẹ́ lórí rẹ̀.
Kabiyesi, we greet you, sir.
Ẹ dá sí o.
Please talk about this.
Aláàfin tuntun tó ṣẹ̀ jẹ ẹ dá sí
The
o.
new Alaafin, please talk
Ẹ̀yin
about
ọba
this.
Ondo
All
ẹ dá sí
the
o.
kings in Ondo State,
Ẹ̀yin ọba Ọ̀ṣun Ọ̀yọ́ Lagos State ẹ dá
the
sí o.
kings in Lagos, Oyo, Osun, please talk about this.
Tógun yẹn bá wọlé tán.
Because when the war overwhelms us,
Apá ò ní ká o.
we will not be able to do anything about it.
Èmi mo rẹ́dí ogun.
Personally, I'm ready for war.
Mo sọ fún ìjọ kìnnìún àná mo ní kẹ́ dira.
I told you the last time that you should fortify
Àwọn
yourself.
kan sọ pé báwo ni pastors máa sọ pé
So
èèyàn
people
dira.
were saying, why will a pastor utter that kind of statement?
Ẹ lọ dira o.
Please go and fortify
Tó
yourself.
bá yá màá gbé Báìbù mi sílẹ̀.
Because when war comes, I will drop my Bible.
Màá jà fún ìlú bàbá mi.
I will go and fight for my father's
Tó pé
land.
ìgbà wo ni Christian dé Nàìjíríà?
When did Christianity come into Nigeria?
1842
It came in 1842.
ló ṣẹ̀ dé Nàìjíríà.
That was when it came in.
Ẹni àkọ́kọ́ tó máa kó Báìbù jọ.
And the first person to compile the Bible,
Williams lorúkọ ẹ̀.
his name is Williams.
Wọ́n pa ní on the 6th
They killed him on the 6th,
1536.
1536.
Wọ́n dáná sun.
They burnt him. He was
Ẹ tún pé
lynched.
Báìbù tá à ń kà yìí.
The person that compiled the Bible for
So
us.
ẹ má jà fi ẹ̀sìn bọ inú A fẹ́ jà fún ilẹ̀ bàbá
So
wa.
don't let us put religion into our culture or for fight for our father's
Màá
land.
dira.
I will fortify
Màá
myself
síwájú ogun.
and I'll be a leader.
Wọ́n tó de lè dira fún ènìyàn.
And if you can fortify people,
Máa bọ̀.
fortify
A
them.
máa dira, a máa jagun náà.
We will fight that war.
Màá gbé Báìbù sílẹ̀.
I will drop my Bible
Nítorí ilẹ̀ bàbá mi.
because of my father's land.
Ṣé Bíbélì sọ?
Because the Bible says it.
Hébérù 6 verse 1.
Hebrews 6 verse
Ó ní
1.
ká fi ẹ̀kọ́ Kristi tì
Is
náà.
to set aside the teachings of
Ká ṣe
Christ
pípé.
and let us do what is
Ẹ jẹ́
complete.
àkọ́kọ́ fi ti Kristi tì
We
náà.
will now put it
Ká
aside.
lọ jà fún ilẹ̀ bàbá wa.
Let's fight for our father's
Ká
land.
máa sọ pé kí Jésù ràn wá lọ́wọ́.
And we tell Jesus to help us.
Kó ràn wá lọ́wọ́.
To help us in the war for our father's land.
Ohun tá a máa ṣe nìyẹn o.
That's what we are going to do.
Nígbà tó mú Jésù Kristi.
When Jesus was caught,
Ọmọlẹ́yìn ẹ̀kọ́ fa ìdáyọ.
a disciple drew out his sword.
À ń pè ní Pétérù.
His name is Peter.
Ó bẹ́ etí ẹnìkan sílẹ̀.
He cut off the ear of one of the soldiers.
Ó bẹ́ etí ẹ̀
He
sílẹ̀.
cut off the ear of one of the
Jésù ní
soldiers.
rárá.
Jesus said,
Tí
no,
ti idà rẹ̀ bọnú àkọ̀.
keep your sword back in the shed.
Jésù ní tó bá yá o.
That when the time comes,
Ẹni tó ní aṣọ kó lọ tà á.
if you have a cloth, go and sell it.
Ẹni tó ní bàtà kó lọ tà á.
When the time comes, if you have sandal, you will sell
Ẹ lọ
it.
sí Luke 22.
Go to Luke 22.
So ẹ má filẹ̀ bàbá yìí sílẹ̀ o.
Please don't leave the things of your father and the land of your
Christian sọ
father.
pé kí n má jà fún bàbá mi o.
Christianity does not stop me from fighting for my
So
father's
ìwọ náà
rights.
má wòran ọwọ́ ọmọ Yorùbá.
So if you are Yoruba indigene, don't just
Ẹ má
fold your
jẹ́ kó wá
hand.
gbalẹ̀ bàbá wa lọ́wọ́ wa.
Don't let them take over our father's land from us.
Ọlọ́run á fún wa ṣe o.
God will help us.
Alálẹ̀ bàbá wa
Our ancestors
á fún wa ṣe o.
would help us.
Jésù mo gbàdúrà.
Top of the day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here on a very, very sad note. Wallahi, yesterday and day before yesterday, when I saw the pictures, the gruesome pictures of the individuals that were unalived in Bokos, I wept for my country. Not just Bokos, in Ehamofu and also Adani in Enugu state. It is very, very unfortunate that these things are happening. These headsmen, I don't understand how somebody is going to compare the life of a cow to a life of a human being. Who does that? Let's assume something happens to the headsmen. Why would you take the laws into your hands? This is not the first time you people are doing this thing. I worked in Enugu for 5 years. I worked under the Enugu State Peace and Security Committee. There is no local government in Enugu that I have not been to, trying to curb this menace between farmers and herders. I've been to all these places, from Inkerefi in Ogu to Adani, Isuzo, Uzuwani, Udi, Igwetiti, Igweze. You understand? I've been to all these places, Oba, Nsuka, because I was with the Enugu State Peace and Security Committee that was constituted by the former governor, Right Honorable Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi. We go into these villages, we see the destruction that these headsmen usually do and cause. So my problem is, what is wrong with the security architectures of these states? For how long these headsmen attacks have been consistent for the past decade? I can remember the attack in Dogonawa in Jos. So I wonder, children that do not know anything about whatever it is, I wonder how you are going to take your cows close to somebody's farm, destroy the person's farm. Though I know sometimes the reaction from the farmer sometimes is harsh, of which I understand. It's difficult for you to put ones and twos together, farm, and then see it destroyed. But I wonder how this will now result to you coming back in the night and destroying a whole community, unaliving a whole community, unaliving over 100 people that know nothing about what transpired. For crying out loud, where is that done? Where is that done on this earth? Where is that done? Only in Nigeria. I saw the governor of Plateau State, Caleb Muftuanga. I would definitely applaud you, Mr. Governor, for your swift intervention in going to Bokos. I don't know what the Enugu State governor is doing about the Adani situation and that of Ehamofu. But I even saw the governor of Plateau State in Abuja trying to seal a deal with the security architecture about the surveillance, I think drones and some other things. But this has to stop. If you know what I experienced in Enugu, I'll find time and give you people. I have concrete details of what is happening between farmer and herders. I have details of the issues with the farmers. I have details of the issues with the headers. I think it's time we do something about this collectively. So if you condemn the killing of Deborah, now condemn the killing of the 16 people in Edo State, Uromi, and you're not condemning the killings in Bokos, then you are a hypocrite. What is wrong is wrong. You cannot side one particular people and you are expecting change. No. If you want to criticize constructively. That's just it. I'll be on the TikTok live this night, 9:30 p.m., 5th of April 2025, to discuss the massacre and unaliving of innocent souls in Adani, in Bokos, and the one of Ehamofu. Let's come on and discuss constructively and find a way out as concerned citizens of this country. Peace and love.
Should be taken in order for us to stop this ungodly attitude of Fulani X-Men, because I was signaled by Fulani X-Men. Like I said, on that 17, when we get to Ondo State, I'm from Ondo State, after Ikare, the journey was smoothly and we proceed to a town called Akumo. It was after 3 minutes between Akumo and the Nigerian military checking point. In fact, just 3 minutes between Amateku and the Nigerian military checking point, there will be ambush. 19 bullets were thrown in my car, and I sustained 2 bullets AK-47 in my bubble, and other vehicle that was coming from Abuja, other going to Osun State, was ambushed along the land. Were 9 in number that was kidnapped, and we started that journey. The journey was, I was bleeding seriously. When we trekked, the incident happened around 1:44 in the afternoon. It was 10 p.m. before we stopped trekking in the bush. We were just trekking without no destination. It was after the second day that they gave us access to our food. So I was the only one that had food, because my phone and my laptop, iPad was in my travel bag at the front of the car. So they never knew they went through my profile. So they just called me, we know you are the leaders of Afonifere, we've seen your ID card, you go and stay there, you are a special person. All of you, they just decided to put us separately. And after they asked me to call my family, the first person I called, it was my wife. I told my wife, and I instructed the National Secretary of Afonifere that he should release a press statement that I was kidnapped on my way to Abuja and I sustained bullet injury. That was how we started that journey for 12 days. No food, no medical care. Every day we were subjected to torture. In fact, because I just have to come because medically I'm not fine. I was released on the 1st of March. My phone was being tracked. The funny part of this scenario is that when we were being kidnapped, it was 3 minutes to military checking point. When the first ransom was paid by a young man in Badon, they paid the ransom very close to military checking point. When the second ransom was paid by a lady in Kwara State, the money was paid, if you know Yakaba very well, if you're going to Abuja, at the back of a woman that is selling food. The second ransom was paid there. The third ransom was paid opposite Nigeria prison service, very close to the military checking point. My own ransom, I was to be paid in Ikare and Koko, but because my phone was being tracked, they have to check location. So a day I was released, they knew that I cannot go because sustained 2 bullet injury, I have been weak. One of them just have to go to a journey, about 3 hours journey. They went to go and prepare their food. They gave me the house to drink. After drinking the house, I slept for 2 hours. They carried the leaf and put it in the back of my yash where there's bullet. So they just told me that we are proceeding on a journey. I have to call, I have to plead that I want to talk to my wife. If I plead I want to make up, I must subject to beating. And the reason why, because I'm a leader of Afonifere. The Afonifere has been giving the Fulani and the Hausa some challenges. They told me. The point where I'm going is that every Yoruba, every sons and daughters of Yoruba, must rise and must defend our land. I'm so glad that we have thousands of OPC here. It's a fortunate thing that the so-called Amateku, let me just put it that way, they've turned into a political appointment. May so rest in peace, my great governor, Rotimi Akeredolu. If the man is alive, I can assure you that it will enforce all the Amateku in Southwest to go after those people. Since Akeredolu have died, Amateku, they don't function like they will be function. So, as I was saying, so on that day, they told me we are going on a journey. I just have to look at the time. The time was, that was on the 28th of February. The time was 3 or 4:23. We started the journey between 43 until the second day, 5 a.m. We're trekking in the bush. No food, no water. In the morning, they asked to call my wife. I called my wife. My wife said the ransom has complete. I paid much of a lot of money. Nigerians stood up. London, everybody, my family contributed money so that I won't be able to die. But I thank God that I came out alive to tell my story, because a lot of people have been kidnapping, but they fear us. They can't come out to say all this. And I discovered that we were trekking from Kapa, we trekked to Ibilo in Edo State. Ibilo in Edo State, I have the authority to say is the home of the Fulani who are kidnapping or terrorizing us in Southwest. In fact, that day, my wife and my younger brother with the Nigerian Foreign Service, they counted about 5 new motorcycles that was trailing them to the bush, and the money was paid again very close to Nigeria military checking point. So definitely something is going on between our sons and these people. The money was paid. After the money was paid, I was released on the 1st of March. Then they took me to Ikaraje Hospital where the first surgery was commenced and the second surgery was done about 2 weeks ago. But my message to Southwest Governor, because their first priority is to protect life and property. A place where there's insecurity, there's no how you can create jobs, there's no how investors want to come to that state. No matter how the potential of resources you want to have, that nobody will come and invest. I have a message for Ondo State Governor, very important. I have a message for Ondo State Governor, very important. I have a message for Osun State, Ekiti State, and Lagos State, very important, because I've said I'm not going to release any information based on the national security. I was taken, and this Fulani expert, they showed me 5 camps that they have in our land, and they told me in Enugu they have 26. I will continue to be saying that 26 camps of the terrorists in Enugu State and other part of Southwest making 53 camps. If somebody can have 55 camps in a particular region, tell me. After I was released by the Fulani herdsmen, Akure North was attacked because they told me that they are coming. When I'm on board, be only, Lord only. So my fathers and leaders of the Yorubas, it is very urgent, like our daddy has said, life and security of our people is very paramount to us, and we must protect it. We must protect our heritage. State police, community police. If they are need for the Southwest government to come back and retake it to restructure their Amateku security network, putting the right people, don't appoint them based on party member that cannot confront criminals, putting the right people that can be able to save the lands of Yoruba. And Mr. President, you have the right to do the same thing now because you are Yoruba, so that your name can be right in good. All this thing that is happening, it cannot happen to anybody in the north. Now it's happening in those states. Nobody is supporting jungle justice. It happened in Enugu. They are working against us. When there was a young girl was killed in daylight in the northern part, what can these people do? Yoruba act Somali. We are not a slave. It is time that we stand up and defend our territory. Thank you.
The Nigerian Army headquarters have begun a sensitization of mass enrollment of Igbo youths into the Nigerian Army to fill up the drop-in quota of the Southeast Zone. Today in Enugu, Army delegates are interfacing with local government chairmen, traditional rulers, a town union president, and leadership of the student union, echoing the importance and motivating Igbo youth to join the Nigerian Army, noting that withdrawal of Igbo youth from joining the Army en masse could affect the collective interest of the zone.
The last quarter of last year, Enugu State had a slot of about 200 persons, but they were able to fill up to 100. A lot of young men that really want to join the army, but for some of these sentiments being bandied around, some of them lack encouragement from the local government councils. We have come to get the buy-in of the grassroots politicians, our royal fathers, to help us to raise these numbers so that Enugu State can fill up their slots.
Stakeholders in their respective speech applauded the initiative and accepted to carry the message home, while urging the army to address fears of marginalization of the zone.
Army, as one of the topmost organs of the government, wants us to participate. Let the story change. Let's go to do some fundamental touch about Igbo's intersection.
We are more interested now than ever because he has communicated in such a way that makes us understand that it is not just about contributing to the nation building, it is about investing in your own self by belonging to the force that binds the entire country. Those of us who are privileged to be the stewards at our various local governments will drive down this message back to our place.
Before now, our people used to think that joining army is of no benefit to our people. But with the message we got today, the sky is going to be our starting point.
The assurance was that henceforth, Igbo youth would find trust and confidence again in joining the Nigerian Army. Eva Aneke, Hero TV News, Enugu.
Rise beyond ethnicity. We are here to encourage our courageous youth.
I was sent here to come to speak to my people so that tomorrow, if I'm seated in an aircraft or in a bus or in a gathering where any of you mention that the Nigerian army is marginalizing you, you cannot say that. In 9 days, some states in this country, the registration thus far, as of now that I'm speaking to you, is 3,000. By some states. Some other states, 2,005. Some 2,000. Some 1,005. I've left other Niger Delta states. I've told them their statistics. So let me not bring theirs. Let me talk about Akwa Ibom. As of now, Akwa Ibom is 500 plus. Why is there low patronage, low enrollment into the army by us? Why? That's the question. That's the question I've come to ask. The truth is, as a son of Niger Delta, that we all know what Niger Delta stands for. This is the best for me, and that's why I'm here. This is the best for me. I have no single regret from day one that I joined the army. So if I am enjoying what I'm enjoying, if I'm happy with the work I am doing, why are my younger brothers and sisters not coming to join me? I will just sit down and be losing our slots.
Army is a very, very disciplined profession who holds everything we do in high esteem. We're very disciplined, we're very professional. That does not take away the fact that once in a while you have cases that are not pleasant. But on the average, we have done our duty diligently well to ensure that our responsibilities and tasks are well carried out, especially here in Akwa Ibom State.
Position to target youth leaders, provide them with relevant information about the Nigerian Army recruitment process, both strategic and thoughtful, especially at a time when we are collectively seeking meaningful pathways for youth engagement and national development. As a state, we have always held the Nigerian Army in high esteem, not just as a symbol of national security and sovereignty, but also as a noble institution that has produced some of Nigeria's finest patriots. The Army's enduring values of discipline, loyalty, courage, service are ideals that our youths can emulate and aspire to. We have received your requests and acknowledge the noticeable decline in enlistment from our state in recent recruitment exercise. This sensitization exercise, therefore, is a welcome intervention, one that aligns with our administration's commitments to youth empowerment, capacity building, and job creation, as encapsulated in our RISE agenda, our blueprint for economic development. We see this exercise as complementing our efforts to reduce youth unemployment while preparing our young citizens for national service and self-discipline. Therefore, we are fully committed to supporting this sensitization drive. We will leverage on our communication platforms, both traditional and digital, to amplify the message. Our Ministry of Youth Development, Ministry of Information, Ministry of Internal Security and Waterways, the Ethical and Attitudinal Reorientation Agency, and all the relevant stakeholders will work with your team to ensure that this sensitization effort is effective and far-reaching.
Send this plug to you, so you keep this in remembrance of the message you have sent us to come to deliver to the good people of Akwa Ibom State.
Over the years, interest in joining the Nigerian Army has remained significantly low in Enugu State, southeast region of Nigeria. According to Army authorities, the last recruitment exercise saw less than 50% of the slot allocated to the state being filled. This trend is consistent across the 5 states in the southeast, a situation the Nigerian Army attributes to long-standing negative sentiments. These include claims that Igbo soldiers are deliberately deployed to high-risk areas, as well as alleged sabotage by some local government council chairmen who refuse to endorse applicants from their communities during the recruitment process. In his bid to correct these perceptions and improve participation, senior Army officials have begun a sensitization tour across the southeast region. In Enugu, they met with grassroots leaders and community stakeholders on Friday to clarify misconceptions and encourage local participation in the ongoing recruitment exercise.
We know that unemployment is pervasive, and there are a lot of young men that really want to join the army. But for some of these sentiments being bandied around, some of them lack encouragement from the local government councils.
During the interactive session, stakeholders raised critical questions and concerns, which Army representatives addressed in details. The exchange appeared to inspire a renewed sense of commitment among participants to motivate eligible youth to consider a career in the military.
It was an eye-opening conversation that we had.
And I can assure you that I'm going back to my council to lead the campaign.
We're going to make sure that we deliver this message to the various communities, to the 583 communities that we have in Enugu State.
With the sensitization campaign now in full swing, it is hope the attitudes will shift and more young people from the southeast region will see the opportunity to serve their nation. Kelechi Ekeledo, AIT News, Enugu.
So guys, you have seen what is happening in the country. Honestly, insecurity in Nigeria is not showing any sign of abating. Nigerians are wondering what crime have they committed to be left in the hands of their enemies. You can imagine some of these people, like we heard from the governor of Plateau State, he said they do not even speak any of the Nigerian languages, meaning that these people must have come from foreign countries, and with the help of the indigenous Fulanis, they've been able to know their direction. They've gone to states, to communities, they've displaced people, they've taken over and all that. I mean, a whole lot is happening in this country. And to worsen it is that none of them is being prosecuted, even when they will come out to tell us that they've made arrests. Guess what? After some time, they are going to be releasing these people. We've never seen the government telling Nigerians that this person is facing this level of punishment because they buy people. The Fulanis have been seen as sacred cows. The Fulanis have been seen as people who go about with arms and cannot be stopped by the federal government. One keeps wondering, are we really a united country if a particular set of people are being treated so differently? These are an insignificant number when it comes to the Nigerian population. This group of people are accorded with so much respect and honor, you know, and the other ethnic groups are being neglected, even though a typical Fulani man will hardly pay tax because they depend on rearing their animals, which they do not pay taxes, you know. But for people who institute real businesses and pay tax to the government, should anybody from their tribe be seen with arms, they will be termed to be terrorists and be arrested and be prosecuted. But for the Fulanis, they are allowed to move about with all these guns. Now, when Buhari was in power, people thought, oh, it's Buhari. Buhari is it's a Fulani man. He wants to protect his people. He wants to allow his people to take over Nigeria. Some people said it is like ethnic cleansing, or they want to Islamize Nigeria. Now, a Southerner is the president. He can't do anything because he's looking for second term. He can't speak. He can't warn. He can't caution. He can't give a very serious warning to the Northerners to stop the Fulanis from invading the South. Tinubu said he was going to set up forest guards to take care of the forests in Nigeria. And up to today, we are asking if he has not woken up from his sleep to know that the time is now to set up the forest guards to safeguard forests in Nigeria, because it appears these people are coming from other countries, taking over Nigeria. You can imagine 64 communities taken over by the Fulani, strange Fulanis, you know. Tell me, Tinubu has no plan for the IDP people. Tinubu has no plan to restore these people back to their original homes. And now the Fulanis have taken over. Do you know what it will take to recover 64 communities from people that just came from nowhere, to rename another person's community and begin to live there as if it is theirs? So guys, a whole lot is happening in this country. We are just waiting for a time when we are going to have patriotic leaders who are ready to tell Nigerians, you know, the right way to follow. So guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.